Już jestem bliska. Okej. Tu już mamy zrobione.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Okay.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
O. Ciekawe.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
O.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Oh.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings, with desires, hopes and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones and flesh.
Dobra. To chyba tyle. Tak jest.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
O.
It's locked, all right.
I'll not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Nie, tu nic. Osobiste. Tak jest.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
O, mogę go zahipnotyzować.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
All I wanted was to go back to work, to take care of my children.
Okay. Doom, doom, doom. Dobra. Wszystkich mamy, nie? Nie, chociaż tu jeszcze coś jest.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
O, mogę hipnotyzować i tak dalej. Ciekawe.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Oh.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Ooh.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Okay, dobra.
How close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Okej. No to chyba wszystko, nie? Tak jest.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Ooh.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Okej.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Dobra. Czyli tu nic więcej nie mamy. Nie, to jeszcze mamy.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long. You know,
Ty
the
smutas.
sad saint of the East End.
Okej.
No one dares to bug a saint. Not even criminals.
Dobra.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Oh.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Dobra.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Dobra, 45 metrów tam, dobra. Nope. O. O. Analiza medyczna Elwooda, okej. Pacjent Thomas Elwood, mężczyzna 28 lat. W trakcie rekomendowanej rezystencji. Uwagi, twarz pacjenta ulegał głębokim poparzeniom i oszpeceniu w wyniku wybuchu bomby w czasie wojny. Pacjent, nawet będąc pod wpływem najmocniejszych środków przeciwbólowych, regularnie zgłasza silny ból w terennym obszarze. Próbuje go do płomieni nadal palących go pod skórą. Płomień nadal palących go pod skórą. Badanie zabliźniającej się tkanki nie wykazało obecności stanu zapalnego, infekcji ani opuchlizny. Blizny są czyste. Mamy do czynienia z trwałym uszkodzeniem nerwów. Pacjent nieprzerwanie oblinia się o odniesienie ran. Mamy do czynienia z poczuciem winy ocalałego. 3 fantomowy ból jest formą kary za to, że nie zmarł razem ze swoimi towarzyszami. Ewa? Okej. Mamy tutaj... chyba jakiegoś... Tu jest chyba nasz pokój. Nie, tu jest nasz pokój. Tu jest jakiś magazynek jeszcze. Dobra. Pokój. Ja bym jeszcze to pozwiedzał. Zobaczył, co tu jeszcze ciekawego jest. Tu możemy? Nie. Tu nie możemy. Dobra. Z drugiej strony. Pewnie też nie. O. Dobra. Ja bym jeszcze pogadał z tym z uparzeniami, bo znaleźliśmy kolejny ślad. Warto by było.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
O.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
O.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
O.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Okay.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Dobra. co fulla mamy. Okej. Dobra. A, to wszystko już teraz mamy w tym momencie. Na chwilę moment. A na tą chwilę. O. Dobra.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Dobra. O.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Artykuł dotyczący ekonu. To rzadka sposobność, przy wielu niemalże zbliżyć się do wampira, obserwować jego najbardziej intrygujące cechy fizyczne i psychiczne naukowym, racjonalnym okiem. Oto zbiór ich najbardziej fascynujących zdolności, które wynotowałem przez ostatnią dekadę, prowadząc wywiady z paroma wampirami lub jak się sami nazywają, ekonami. Naturalna prędkość. Mesmeryzm, nieźle, okej. Zobaczmy jeszcze. Świadomość krwi, okej. Woda? Nie mamy wody? A. Krew biszopa.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Nieźle. Dobra. Odpocznijmy zatem. Okej. Bariera krwi, krzepliwość. Ciało, krew. Okej. Mgła cienia. Ciekło. To jest zablokowane. Dobra. Inne? Torba medyczna, torba na naboje. Nice. Jedno serum. Dobra. Stan zdrowia. Dobra. 50. Na razie nic więcej. Krwi. 65. Nie wpakujemy w tego. O, taktyka. Dobra. Nie 50, łba cienia. A nie, to jest 1000, dobra. Ile to wymaga? 190, nie, 1000 też. Nie, nic więcej nie wpakujemy. Okej. Ważne wydarzenie w dzielnicy. Każdej nocy konsekwencje twoich czynów mogą pozytywnie lub negatywnie wpłynąć na status zdrowia dzielnicy. To może spadać również w związku z rozprzestrzeniającą się wśród mieszkańców chorobami. Okej. Ważne wydarzenie dzielnicy. Im więcej ludzi pozbawi życia, tym niższy będzie status zdrowia dzielnicy. Status zdrowia dzielnicy spadnie poniżej krytycznego, zapanuje w niej chaos. To ty decydujesz o losie dzielnicy. Okej. Okej. Życie, okej. Z każdym dniem zabrało. Okej. Kto tu jeszcze jest? Okej. Spoko. Jeszcze to są... A, to jest jeszcze dwóch lekarzy, którzy są nieznani? Trzeba ich poznać. Stan zdrowia. No właśnie, krytyczny.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
No właśnie. Naszym pragnieniem na razie jest nieposkrymiony. Zbadałem krew Williama Bishopa, lecz otrzymałem tylko częściowe wyniki. Próbka była znacznie mniej stabilna niż ludzka krew i ujawniała poważną mutację. Nie mnie to jednak spotkało. Muszę szukać dalej. Muszę zebrać więcej dowodów na temat tego, co się tu dzieje. Czas może i jest po mojej stronie, ale Londyn nie ma tyle szczęścia. Epidemia zabija tysiące ludzi, a miasto znajduje się na krawędzi upadku. Zaczynam wierzyć, że to wszystko się ze sobą wiąże. Na razie jednak nie dostrzegam prawidłowości ani przekonującego wyjaśnienia. Póki co muszę odgrywać rolę lekarza. Najlepiej jak potrafię pomagać tym, którzy mnie potrzebują, kontynuując przy tym śledztwo. Sprawdź, kto przyszedł. Okej. Spoko. Proszę się pospieszyć. Ale to, ludziska.